My name is Michaela Hatch, and I'm an industrial scientist at Recursion. I build high-throughput preclinical models of human disease with the goal of discovering medicines that will improve patient lives. And yet, I do not have a Ph.D. Instead, I have spent my career working towards developing the required skills I need through job experience. I have personally seen the advantage that companies can gain when experience and capabilities are valued similarly to title and graduate education. I am a single representative, but I am also not an outlier. For those of you who are also non-PhD individuals wanting to contribute to our knowledge of science, please raise your hand. There is an underutilized pool of talent that can contribute to our industry, and that talent lies in individuals, like the ones who have raised their hands, who choose not to or may not be able to pursue a PhD. Today, I would like to tell you about some of the values and practices that have encouraged my ability as a non-PhD scientist to bring my whole self to work and contribute to the success of my company. I would also like to invite those of similar background to me. We need you in this industry. Most of us are familiar with the traditional path to success in STEM. It is a long hike that often requires years of graduate school and postdoctoral training. It requires a lot of sacrifice, time, focus, money, and stamina. This can be a daunting path, and not everyone who loves science has the support to climb based on their circumstances. Graduate school can often feel like a large 20-foot-high boulder sitting in the middle of that hike. And for those who cannot obtain rock climbing tools, it feels like a blocker to career growth. In my own experience, I looked at that boulder and decided I would not be giving up too much of my whole self and my many passions to be able to pursue that path. I am equally passionate about being a biologist as my roles as a wife, as a mother of 2 boys, a youth volleyball coach, and as an active member of my faith. I am also certain of my calling to uncover new biological truths. Yet, I was not ready to hike back down that hill and try a different path, despite being told a few times in my career that I should. Instead, I looked to the left of the boulder blocking my path and discovered an alternative side trail. It was a little less groomed, but it still led to the apex of a trail that is a successful career in STEM. I would like to invite you to hike with me as I show you the beauty of this path. Like me, there are many women who are looking for a way to stay in STEM that is both advantageous to their career and conducive to the many roles we are asked to play in society. According to the Utah Women in Leadership Project, 22% of women decide to leave STEM due to family responsibilities, and another 15% of women decide to leave STEM based on pay or promotional opportunities that are greater in non-STEM industries. While many efforts focus on increasing early exposure to STEM, more of our efforts should be focused on retaining the talent that we already have. Are we blocking the trail to success in STEM by requiring graduate education instead of providing a variety of ways to develop skills and capabilities? How many diverse ideas, perspective, investment, and time is the industry losing by doing so? My first job out of college was as a laboratory assistant at UC Irvine. My first week started with collecting tissues for cell isolation, changing the water bath, and restocking pipettes. Over the next 6 years, I took every opportunity to ask questions to graduate students, postdoctoral scholars, other professors, and my PI about what they were doing and why. When extra hands were needed, I was given the opportunity to assist on those experiments. As we found more questions to answer in our research, I asked to lead answering some of those questions and was given that opportunity. At the same time, I was promoted to laboratory manager, and there I was able to develop unique perspectives, learning the operational and business strategies that are critical to running a lab. The combination of technical skill and combined with that business understanding helps me bring a holistic perspective to my current role as a scientist at Recursion. I came to Utah seeking a company where I could continually grow. Learning is a core value at Recursion. I was hired as a research associate in 2019 and was given opportunities to not only execute experiments and generate data, but also to be a part of the meetings where decisions were made about my data, and project challenges were addressed. While this was a great learning opportunity for me, it was an even better investment for my company. When opportunities above me opened up at the scientist level, instead of creating an external job position and bringing on someone new, my leadership was able to act on that investment they had already made in me, valuing the capabilities I had developed, the propensity I had towards learning, and leveraging my strong understanding of company operation goals and values. The more we create these promotional opportunities for employees in companies where we already work, the more likely we are to address the concern that 15% of women are leaving STEM for industries that give them better pay or promotions than STEM. For those of you representing companies today, how could this strategy also fortify your company? Are you making critical investments in your current team by providing opportunities to develop at the next level? I would also encourage you to open up your job requirements to include experienced non-PhD candidates, encouraging those who have gained skills through an alternative path to bring their ideas to support your company. I have been on the recruiting panel of many candidates who want to know if Recursion will support career development for non-PhD candidates, and I'm proud to say that I'm the evidence that they do, alongside many of my coworkers, and it has served as a competitive advantage for Recursion. The unique strategy of Recursion is to industrialize drug discovery. That means that Recursionauts have to have a strong understanding of how the current drug discovery paradigm works, but also be open-minded to seeking new approaches that allow us to deliver better medicines to patients at a faster pace. In our one Recursion mindset, everyone is expected to share their ideas and experience in order to create solutions that enable us to deliver on our mission. Recursion is not a place where the letters after your name matter. By combining many different voices from a variety of career paths and backgrounds, we effectively lay all of the options on the table and then prioritize which one truly serves our goals. I have felt listened to and respected by many senior scientists, directors, VPs, and even some of our execs that I work with, and seen many of my ideas implemented in the process to get better medicines to patients faster. I come to work not only excited to share my own ideas, but to debate them with team members, knowing that diversity will bring the best decision to the surface. In addition to learning and fostering a culture where diverse ideas and perspectives thrive, there is one more crucial offering that companies can provide that will allow you to fully tap into the power of the female workforce here in Utah, and that's flexibility. Families are a crucial pillar in Utah culture. As I mentioned before, 22% of women are leaving STEM due to family responsibilities. Utah is the state with the most families with young children. The Salt Lake Chamber recently conducted a survey among working parents, asking which job benefits would make you more likely to switch jobs. 33% of parents said remote work opportunities, and another 25% said more flexible hours. Personally, I have been able to make more focused and efficient contributions to Recursion with flexible working hours. I appreciate that Recursion offers unlimited sick time, so I can be there to take care of my children when they fall ill, but then also recover myself when they've transferred all of that illness to me. I can take time to help my kids with their homework and cheer them on at a late afternoon soccer game, and then take advantage of the quiet evening hours where I do my best thinking to come up with creative solutions that help my work projects advance. By making allowances in my schedule, I am empowered to separate out my day to where I can fully focus on being a great employee when I'm at work and focus on being the mother that my children need. This flexibility does not need to just be available to working mothers. We also need to support working fathers with the same flexibility to help balance out the many families who have both parents working. We need to support the work-life balance of those of us who are not parents. Outside of being a parent, during the fall, I use my schedule flexibility to also give back to my community as a high school volleyball coach, helping to support the next generation, showing them what it means to be an empowered female who has a career, and to also practice my coaching skills, which ultimately have made me a better manager at Recursion. It's also a way I find to recharge my own energy. For the many now parents who have sacrificed time in a career to raise your children, When you're ready to come back to work, there is a place for you. One of the most incredible women in my department is Emily Temple Wheeler, who stepped away for 5 years to raise her children, applied to work at Recursion last year, and now critically delivers on an important partnership collaboration. As a mother and a scientist, I am appreciative of her lead. I am also so grateful to the amazing support systems I've had in my career, from the group of non-PhD female scientists who constantly lift each other at Recursion, to my friends and family outside of Recursion who allow me to be my best self and live in two worlds, and also to my coworkers who have PhDs who have encouraged me to keep growing in new roles. I love that I can not only embrace my biologist side, but my whole self in my effort to help Recursion serve patients. I am honored to have been your guide for a few minutes today in sharing a different perspective on what a successful career in STEM can look like. I hope you walk away encouraged by the benefits that a non-PhD scientist can offer your company and how providing learning opportunities, a collaborative work environment, and flexibility as a part of your company culture can unlock potential in a workforce that is underutilized here in Utah. Please reach out to me on LinkedIn if you would like to continue this discussion. Thank you to BioHive and Recursion for the opportunity to share my story, and thank you for your attention.